For millennia, lunar eclipses, popularly called blood moons when the full moon turns a deep red, have captivated people around the world. Ancient cultures from the Americas to Mesopotamia wove ominous tales about them, and medieval scholars often saw them as divine warnings. In this documentary-style exploration, we'll trace the blood moon's story from ancient omens through its role in history, explain the real science that makes the moon glow red, and prepare for the spectacular eclipses of 2025. Ancient legends and beliefs. The Inca saw a blood moon as a jaguar attacking the moon. They believed the great cat might then turn its fury toward Earth, so villagers would shout, shake spears, and make dogs howl to scare the jaguar away. In ancient Mesopotamia, a lunar eclipse was regarded as an assault on the king's life. Babylonian astronomers could predict eclipses, so they would install a proxy king during the eclipse and then dispose of him, the idea being the omen of the king's death would fall on the stand-in. Hindu. Folk tales describe a demon named Rahu who chases and swallows the sun or moon. If Rahu's head catches the moon, an eclipse occurs. The moon later reappears from his severed neck. Traditional Hindus view eclipses as inauspicious, covering food and water and avoiding tasks until it passes. West Africa. They interpreted a blood moon as the sun and moon fighting. During an eclipse, they would lay old feuds to rest and make peace, believing their harmony on Earth would quell the cosmic conflict. Native American, California tribes. Some tribes told stories that the moon was sick or wounded during an eclipse. After it passed, they healed the moon by singing and chanting to it. These myths show a common thread. Ancient peoples perceived the strange reddish eclipse as a message or omen from the heavens, often a bad omen. Ironically, in ancient China, lunar eclipses were generally not feared. Chinese records note lunar eclipses as a common matter, while solar eclipses were blamed on dragons devouring the sun. Medieval European beliefs. Medieval scholars could calculate eclipses fairly well. Renaissance historian Laura Smoller notes that by the Middle Ages, European astronomers were using sophisticated geocentric models to predict when eclipses and planetary alignments would occur. Yet for much of the populace, eclipses, especially solar eclipses, were still seen as ominous portents. People believed that a lunar eclipse might amplify other astrological signs, predicting disasters like famine, war, or the death of rulers. In Christian law, lunar eclipses were sometimes linked to Judgment Day or Christ's Passion. One medieval superstition held that an eclipse should never fall on Easter. In fact, by the calendar rules, Easter is always the first Sunday after the first full moon of spring, ensuring an eclipse cannot occur on that holy day, as if to avoid marking the crucifixion and resurrection with a blood-red omen. Eclipses that shaped history. Christopher Columbus, 1504. Stranded on Jamaica and running out of food, Columbus exploited a lunar eclipse to his advantage. Knowing from his almanac that a total eclipse would occur on February 29, 1504, he warned the native Arawak leader that his god would make the full moon turn, inflamed with wrath. When the eclipse occurred, and the moon indeed turned a dim red, the terrified natives begged Columbus to lift the curse. He restored the moon as promised, and they kept his crew fed until rescue. Blood Moon Prophecy, 2014. In recent times, some fringe religious groups treated blood moons as harbingers of the apocalypse. Preachers like John Hagee and Mark Biltz touted the four blood moons tetrad of 2014 to 2015, 4 consecutive total lunar eclipses on Jewish holy days, as a sign of end times fulfillment. When Jesus did not return as prophesied, skeptics scoffed and astronomers reminded everyone that a red moon is a normal, beautiful phenomenon caused by Earth's atmosphere, not a hidden celestial conspiracy. If you're enjoying these historical cosmic tales, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more on astronomy and history. The science of the blood moon. In reality, a blood moon's color comes down to geometry and Earth's atmosphere, not myth. During a total lunar eclipse, the sun, Earth, and moon align exactly, so Earth casts its shadow onto the moon. No direct sunlight reaches the lunar surface, but some sunlight is refracted around Earth's edges. The Earth's atmosphere scatters out the shorter wavelengths of sunlight. the same way it makes our sky blue and sunsets red. So the remaining light that bends into the shadow and hits the moon is predominantly red or orange. NASA explains that as the moon passes through the shadow, it takes on a range of dusky hues, from copper to blood red, depending on how much dust or clouds lie in Earth's air. In plain terms, Rayleigh scattering in our atmosphere filters the sun's light. During a lunar eclipse, the moon is lit only by all the sunsets and sunrises around the world at that moment. The composite image above, from NASA's Glenn Research Center, illustrates the eclipse phases in March 2025. Note how the moon glows red at mid-eclipse. Observers often call it a copper moon or blood moon, but astronomers stress it's simply a total lunar eclipse. In another view from NASA Glenn, a composite of 17 photos taken during the March 14, 2025 eclipse, you can see the moon darken and redden as it moves through Earth's shadow. Typical lunar eclipses can last up to 2 hours of totality. The upcoming September 2025 eclipse will last about 83 minutes, making it one of the longest in recent years. Importantly for skywatchers, unlike solar eclipses, lunar eclipses are entirely safe to watch with the naked eye or any telescope. No special glasses are needed. In fact, you can even photograph a blood moon with an ordinary camera, just as with a normal full moon. The second total lunar eclipse of the year, it will be visible across Africa, Europe, and much of Asia and Australia. North and South America will not see this one, as it occurs during their daytime. To catch these events, check local viewing times. They always occur during the night of a full moon, and simply step outside. The eclipsed moon is faint but unmistakable against the night sky. Many astronomy websites and societies publish schedules. Online planetariums and observatories like NASA or science museums stream the eclipse for global audiences. Unlike solar eclipses, there is no danger in looking up, so feel free to watch the moon darken and flush red with your own eyes or camera. From ancient omens to modern science, the blood moon story spans millennia. Today, we understand exactly why the moon turns red, but the aura of mystery remains. It's still a dramatic celestial show. For those who enjoyed this cosmic journey through history and science, we hope you'll like and subscribe for more enlightening stories from the universe.